So, brothers, you're weak and you're poor, and you're scrolling away on TikTok, and you're playing video games, and you can't seem to find any fulfillment, joy, or happiness while participating in these acts. And you're wondering, like, what is the step? What can you do to improve your life? Well, like Bedros Keuilian says, get jacked and make a lot of money. Now, like you, I've been on this journey for just a few months now, and I'm trying to develop this mindset of, getting jacked and making a lot of money. But I was stuck in a place for such a long time, just playing video games all the time, just wasting my time. The past 10 years just went in like a blur, where the time passes so quickly and you feel like you haven't achieved anything. And so we have very specific things that we need to do as men to actually improve. And so on this journey, I've started to implement these different things, and I've definitely felt a much bigger change in my life. And so the first thing, the most fundamental thing to start you on this journey is to get jacked. Now, I'm by no means am I jacked yet, right? I'm still in this journey, the same as you. But prioritizing strength is one of the most important things that we need to do as men. A man should be masculine. You should be physically strong and capable. You should be able to open the lid that's hard to open. You should be able to pull yourself up. You should be able to carry someone that's injured. These are just real world examples of how you would need your strength. You should be physically capable to defend and protect your family. If you're not able to do any of these things, then what are you doing? Now, like you, I was not able to do many of these things. Even now, I can only do about 3 pull-ups. That's my max rep right now. So I'm working on improving that, right? But we all have to start somewhere. And starting with prioritizing your strength and your physicality is the most important thing as a man. Once you have discipline and you actually focus on your physicality and you become that level, right, all the other things start to fall in place. Because to build a strong body, you also build a strong mind. And so these two concepts work hand in hand together. And as you become more physically fit, you become healthier, and you're able to focus and work on your business or whatever other tasks you need to do, because you're physically capable of doing those tasks. And so the next thing that really ties into your physicality is also your diet. They have a direct correlation, right? You have to have a good diet to build a good body. And so the diet that I follow is mostly, you could call it like a carnivore diet. I eat around 80 to 90% meat for the majority of the time. And, every now and then I will maybe have a snack or something different here and there, like with family occasions or something like that. But when it's just me and I'm following my routine, it's straight meat, right? Cooked in some butter, like whole butter, not that fake like plant butter, like real animal butter. Right now I'm using a new thing called ghee, which is kind of like oil, but it's like oil made from the fat of an animal, right? So it's not like a plant oil. So pretty much I'm eating that with water, and I'm drinking water and salt. Like that's my, like I said, 80 to 90% of the time. That's what I'm eating. Okay. So I'll make a whole nother video about how actually beneficial that has been, or that experience has been. But that's definitely, I would say, try to think of it in the sense that you're trying to go back to as primal a state as possible. In the past, our ancestors, they never ate all these processed foods. They ate mostly single ingredient foods. And most of the time, that was consistent of meat and berries, fish. They didn't have farms. They didn't have all these various processed foods. In that time, they had to hunt and kill their animals, and they had to collect berries. The concept of various vegetables and things, that only came in later when farming was developed and we had the agricultural revolution, right? But before that, we were just collecting berries and we were killing animals. And so we should go back to this primal mindset of eating, I call it primal food, right? So the food that our ancestors ate, because they didn't deal with any of these medical issues, right? They had to fight for their lives against animals. We're fighting for our lives against our diet. So clearly something went wrong, right? And so we've been told that eating a certain amount of meat or eating too many eggs is bad for us. It turns out the cholesterol from eggs is actually what increase and produce our testosterone. So take everything you hear from certain institutions with a grain of salt, right? And so the concept is that we need to eat primal food, single ingredient foods. So if you have to read a label that describes various ingredients, don't eat it, because meat doesn't have a label, it's meat, right? An apple doesn't have a label, it's an apple, right? So try to reduce any processed foods and consume only your single ingredient foods. And at least around 80, 60, maybe 70 to 80% pure just meat, right? And so you combine that with your training, and I can tell you that within the span of about 4 months, I lost around 10 kilograms. You can just convert that to pounds if you don't know what kilograms are. So I lost about 10 kilograms in 4 months, and I'm consistently losing about 1 or half a kilogram every week, following this diet and doing mostly full strength training. Like I do all compound sets and heavy lifting, and I've started doing calisthenics. So you can obviously, I'll create another guide about exactly what I'm doing, right? But for now, just know that you need to do physical training and you need to eat a proper diet. So this is the part of getting jacked, okay? And so the next thing is we need to make a lot of money. Now, I'm still in this process of actually making a lot of money. I'm definitely not a financial advisor, right? And I'm on this journey showing you my path. And this is actually a business, right? So this channel is a business in itself. And so you can also develop something to build a business. Now, there are 2 things that are very important when doing this, and these are things that I'm learning and trying to implement. So the first thing is seeking financial education. Now, you can learn a lot from various textbooks and from school and all these kind of things, but I suggest reading specific books by people who have already achieved that success. You know, the most common one you would see is like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay, that's your very like basics, fundamentals of how money works. And so you can go deeper and you can go into the 4-hour work week. You can go into expert secrets, digital marketing secrets, right? And so all these different books, I'll actually, I'll create like a book list. So I'll let you know about that. But so you need to seek education around books, around financial literacy, money. And you can also do that by watching YouTube videos. A nice channel that I like to watch sometimes is Graham Stephan. He's got a lot about real estate and finance and all these kind of things, so I definitely recommend that. And also Fresh and Fit. They have a very dedicated like financial literacy part about making money and things like that. And so I've learned a lot from these people. You could also check Hamza's videos. He has very interesting videos about making money and all these kind of steps, right? So financial education, you need to know about money. You need to learn about money. Actually, another one is Luke Belmore. I definitely recommend watching some of his videos regarding money. And so you increase your financial education. But now, how do you actually start making money? Okay, well, once you have financial education and you understand the concept of money and how different things work, now you need to figure out how you can get some of that money for yourself. Now, the most undeniable way of earning money is by developing a skill. So you need to develop some kind of skill. Maybe you have a skill already, maybe you don't. Develop a skill and then build your business around that skill. Become irreplaceable, right? So in my case, I didn't think I have any skills in the beginning, right? I'm still trying to work this out, but I'm really trying to develop right now my speaking skills. I would like to believe that I can lead people and inspire people. So I'm trying to work on my storytelling skills and my overall life, right? I'm improving my lifestyle to then show people this is a life that you could live for self-improvement. So this is kind of the skill I'm working on, and hopefully that will translate over the years as I'm, trying to get better at this. Now you might not want to do that. Maybe you have another skill, like video editing. Maybe you can play the guitar. Maybe you have some financial skills, like I said, financial education. Maybe you have a lot of financial education already, and you know how these things work. Now you need to be able to market that skill. So first you build a skill that's marketable, that other people want. Okay, so let's take the example of financial literacy, which you already need to study, right? So you learn this information about different money concepts and financial literacy, and then you try to teach that to other people on YouTube, for an example, right? I definitely suggest YouTube as a starting point. It's even if you don't use it full time for your business, it's a good way to kind of market whatever skill you have, right? So develop a marketable skill and then teach it. You have a skill and you teach it. When you're able to have a skill and teach it, then you're able to receive money for that skill. So this is kind of the most basic concept, and you can use various platforms and various means of developing and marketing the skill, but this is just kind of a breakdown. The next step, and this also falls part of making money, is to actually build a network and seek a mentor. Now, I mentioned some YouTube channels that you could watch, and I find these people to be my mentors. And so you can find an online community of people who are on the same path and try to actually use their knowledge, right, to improve yourself. Instead of trying to look for all the different things and you don't know where to go, you can find a mentor who can help you shorten that learning curve and get to the point you want to be sooner. And then, of course, the added benefit of finding a network of people who are on the same journey as you, that definitely benefits you a lot. You can all push each other and hold each other accountable. And so if you would like to join a community, you can check the link below. This is the community that I'm a part of. And it's a bit expensive, but if you're looking for some serious people who are serious about their development, you can check the link below. Otherwise, try to find a free community that you can join and that you can communicate with like-minded individuals. Now, we have another two things that kind of ties everything together. And so the first part is to embrace discipline and consistency. So all the other things are great, but if you're not able to be disciplined and have consistency, it will be very difficult to achieve any of those things. To go to the gym, to learn about money, to develop a skill, to build a business, these things require an intense level of discipline and consistency. You need to do the exact tasks required every single day to progress and to improve. And once you've built these structures and systems and you've developed the habits that you need to build these things, then the success will come. It's just a matter of time. So remember to be disciplined and to stay consistent. And then finally is to have a growth mindset. So you need to always be open to the opportunity of learning and developing yourself. Always be open to learning from your failures, because you will fail. Everybody fails. And so from failure you can learn. But you need to be in the right mindset that your failure doesn't bring you down, but actually elevates you to improve. So brothers, if you found any value in this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.